Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Saraswati Namastubhyam Varadhe Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada येनाक्षरसमाम्न्यायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम् वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थः प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ Must everyone welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. So we'll start off with our Ganga Shabda. That's where we left off last time. And we'll review the declension that's on the screen there. And then we'll also quickly review the homework that we had and then go on to the next lesson, which will look at Sarvā Shabda. So we're going to look at pronouns, ending feminine pronouns, starting with Sarvā. So let's start off with just looking at Ganga Shabda. So let's chant it together. Let me share that. Okay. So I'll go slowly. Ganga, Gange, Gangaha, Gangam, Gange, Gangaha, Gangaya, Gangabhyam, Gangabhihi, Gangayai, Gangabhyam, Gangabhyah, Gangayaha, Gangabhyam, Gangabhyah, Gangayaha, Gangayoho, Ganganam, Gangayam, Gangayoho, Gangasu, He Gange, He Gange, He Gangaha. Okay, so getting more familiar with it. And the idea is when we do the homework and things like that, then we should be able to just see the word and get the case number at least, right? Whether you're able to do all 20, all the 21 variations or 24 with Sambodhana or not, as long as you can be able to see the word and then get the declension number, then that's good for now. Okay. Yes, Hariprasad ji, you have a question. You can go ahead and unmute yourself now. Yep.
And not with this. I have another question. I'll ask you later.
Okay, thank you. So what we'll do is I'm going to just switch screens here. What we can do is open to the exercise number 27 in the back of the book. You can open to exercise number 27 and we can review just some of the answers quickly. And if you have any questions, you can let me know there. Okay, so this is exercise number 27. Akarantaha strilinga. Okay, the word strilinga is a no, it's a neuter word, lingam. No, yeah, sorry, it's a masculine word, lingaha, like Ramaha, Ramavat. So we saw these ones in our last class, number 1, 2, 3, last time. So let's just look at 4. We'll start there. Okay. So karoti, krudatu, right? So krudatu meaning to do. Kartri, so this is, and then, sorry, lotlakaraha, kartri prayoga, third one. So he, she, it does, something does. Number 4. Okay. So now you want to look for our 1-1. Then our 1-1 here in this case is Rama. Rama does. Ramaha karoti. Yep, Harprasadji, go ahead. You can unmute yourself. Hope I lost you. So kridatu.
Mahodaya,
Mm-hmm.
you said lot lakara. Is it not let?
Oh, sorry. Lat lakara. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm jumping to number 6 is lot lakara. Yeah, lat lakara. Correct,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I have lot in my mind because I was looking at number 6 earlier today. Because a lot of people had some questions about number 6. It was just lot lakara. So lat lakara, sorry. Karoti lat lakara. Lat lakara. Kartri prayoga, third one. So someone does, right? So Ramaha karoti. Rama does. What does Rama do? Sevam. So this is seva, the pratipadika seva, akaranta feminine, meaning served, right? Service. And the vibhakti artha, the vibhakti is dutiya vibhakti, ekavachanam. The vibhakti arthaha, the meaning of the vibhakti is karmani dutiya to karoti. Right? So Rama does seva. Okay? With what? Kripaya. Kripaya. So this is Pratipadika's kripa, meaning mercy. That's a ending feminine. The vibhakti. So first what? We have to catch the Pratipadika, then the vibhakti. Vibhakti is tritiya vibhakti, ekavachanam, 3-1. And this can mean, right? This is, we can say karane tritiya as the vibhakti artha with kripa, with mercy. We can say even, we don't want to say saha tritiya. I would say karane tritiya. Or, no, sorry. I would, you know what I would go for? I would go for heto tritiya. Heto tritiya, I think, would be the best meaning here. Because kripa, right? It's because of his mercy, right? So Rama does seva because of mercy, right? So there I'm taking third case in the sense of heto tritiya, the vibhakti. Yeah, no problem if you take karane, but the instrument is not kripa. It could be if you, in some sense, right? You can make it work. But here we took heto. Okay. So number 5, Deva Dattaha Shraddaya Ichchaya cha Deva Dattayai Malaha Dadati. Long sentence. So Dadati, this is Da Dhatu. Da Dhatu means to give. Lat Lakaraha Kartri Prayoga Pratama Purushaha Ekavachanam, third one. So something does, we got to look for our first case. Our first case here is Devadattaha, right? Malaha is not a first case, even though it looks like Ramaha. So you have to know which gender it is, right? Because Malaha could look like Ramaha. But then it wouldn't match up with the verb anyways, right? So Devadattaha dadati. So this is Devadatta Akaranta Pullinga Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam 1-1. This is Kartari Prathama to Dadati. So Devadatta gives. Gives. Dadatu to give. So Devadatta gives. He gives what? Malaha. So Devadatta gives Malaha. Really, Mala can give something else too, right? Because this also can be the first case. But, right? Mala, Male, Malaha. Ganga, Gange, Gangaha. Gangam, Gange, Gangaha. So it could be first case, but we know Devadatta gives. Gives what? Mala. Mala is a ending, feminine, meaning garland. This is Dvitiya Vibhakti, Bahuvachanam. This is Karmani Dvitiya to Dadati. So Devadatta gives the mala. Gives the mala to who? Devatayai. So this is Devata Shabda. A Karanta, Strilinga, A ending feminine. This is Chaturthi Vibhakti, Ekavachanam 4-1. Vibhakti Artaha is Sampradane Chaturthi, fourth case in the sense of recipient. So Devadatta gives the mala. Devadatta gives the mala to the Devata with what? Shraddaya Ichchaya. Or because of what? Shraddaya Ichchaya. Could be either, right? So let's say Heto Tritiya with Shraddha and with a desire. Or because of Shraddha, because of a desire. Right? That might be the reason why the Devadatta is giving the mala. Okay. It's number 6. Gangayaha jalam anayatu. Okay, anayatu is ni dhatu, a purvaka ni dhatu, which can mean to bring. Now, this is a ni to bring. This is lot lakaraha, not lat lakara. Okay, so we haven't really studied lot. Lot, you just see this tu. You'll see that often. Lot lakara means a command, oftentimes. So this means bring, or may you bring. May you bring what? Sorry, not may you, may he bring. May he, she bring, right? We don't have a 1-1 here. So we need to supply saha. Saha anayatu. May he bring what? Jalam. So this is Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachanam, Karmani Dvitiya to anayatu. May bring water. Gangayaha Sabande Shashti to Jalam. So may he bring water. May he bring the water of Ganga. May he bring Ganga water. Okay, Senaha guhayam vasanti. Sena shabda. Sorry, vasanti. This is vastatu, meaning to stay. Sorry, going back to sixth case. Can this be fifth case? There's a question. May he bring water from the Ganga. That can be okay also. Bringing it from, yeah, that can work as well. Where does may come from? So I said, may he bring. Anayatu, so lot lakara gives the sense of a command. So you can say bring, like bring the water. Or you can say it in a nicer way. A command can also be, may you bring the water. So it's still a command in some way, but it's a little bit nicer way. The word may doesn't come in that. It's just the sense given by lot lakar. So it's a hidden kind of sense or tone that's put into lot lakar. But you can also say a command a stronger way, and you would say bring. It just depends on your what your intention is. Rupaji, you can unmute yourself if you have a question.
No, that was my question. That could we use fifth?
Perfect.
Panchami vibhakti, and it's anayatu is agnarthe. Panchami.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Perfect.
Thank you.
So that's so then sixth case. So senaha vasanti. So vasanti means to stay. Right? Who stays? Senaha. Sena means army. This is this can be pratama vibhakti, bahuvachanam. Right? So the armies stay. Where do the armies stay? They stay guhayam. That's seventh case of guha. This is adhikarane saptami to vasanti. Okay, I'm going a little fast, so I'm skipping some of the details. So let me know if you have any questions, okay? So the armies stay in the, not the forest. Did I say forest? In the cave. In the cave.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Vas is to dwell, right?
Vas is to dwell, yeah. Yeah, so that dwell means to stay somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are interchangeable. So the armies dwell or stay in the cave. Number 8, jignyasayam satyam shraddha ishyate. Now everyone had problems with this one. The problem is this word satyam, which we'll get to, okay? Ishyate. Ishyate, ishdhatu. Ishdhatu, I believe, is 1p. We'll have to look that up. To 1p, to desire. This is lat lakaraha. What is it? Karmani prayoga. You see ya and a. Karmani prayoga. Pratama purusha ekavachanam, third one. So something is desired. What is desired? Shraddha. So this is karmani prathama, right? We're in karmani prayoga. So this karmani prathama to ishyate. So shraddha is desired. Okay, now jignyasayam satyam. Once upon a time, when we were studying seventh case, we saw there's something called sati saptami. Sati saptami means when something is happening. Now sati, the word sati may be there, but the word sati will decline also. Sometimes. Right? So seventh case of sati is satyam. Okay. So satyam, so this is sati saptami. So meaning, okay, so jignasayam satyam, when jignasa is there, right? Or when there is a desire to know, shraddha ishyate, then shraddha is desired. Right? When there is a jignasa, when there is desire to know, shraddha, faith or trust, is desired. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions with that number 8. I was going a little fast there. And if you have a question, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
So the meaning of this sentence is that the seeker or the curious person wishes for Shraddha in the truth, or truth seeker?
Yeah, let me clarify this, okay? So jignasa, so the word is jignasa. Okay, this is different than jignasu. Okay, jignasa just means the desire to know. A jignasu is a person who desires to know. Okay, so we're not talking about the person, we're talking about the actual desire to know. And satyam, it comes from what we call sati saptami. And I'll show you here. So you can see I pulled it up here. Like shankayam satyam. So when the word is in feminine, then sati will also become in feminine. So then when the 7-1 when it's qualifying a feminine word, it becomes feminine and they become both the same case. So sati becomes satyam when it's in feminine. Oops, I don't know why that happened. Okay, the line wasn't supposed to go through there, but that sati saptami meaning is when there is. Okay, that's the
So
way
sati, why don't we just say saptami? What is sati saptami?
Sati saptami is the specific phrase, which is when the 7th case is used in this very specific format.
Okay.
And the 7th case can be given when it's used with the word sati. When 7th case is used with the word sati, then these two phrasings can come. When there is a, or when a is a.
Okay.
It's like a math class.
Okay.
So like putre sati, when the sun is there. Now here we have jignasa sati essentially, but jignasayam satyam. When there is jignasa, a desire to know, then shraddha ishyate. Shraddha is
So
desire.
satyam goes because it's sati saptami.
Yeah, it does not mean truth here. Yeah, just
Oh, okay. It's not truth here.
it's not truth. It's just this, just to show sati saptami.
So how do you recognize whether it's truth or it goes with, I mean, you have to look at the form. Whether it's sati, that sati, is it truth or is it sati saptami? How do you make out?
It's
So-
Samanadhikaranam, right?
It is samanadhikaran.
Yeah.
So how do we know if it's the word truth? So the word sat can also mean, right? truth or existence also, right? We see that in Satchitananda kind of thing. So how do you know if it's that meaning? Basically, you get practice. And so to notice when sati comes in a seventh case, usually we'll see it as sati saptam. Now, this is different. Satyam is different from the word satyam. Okay, those are different spellings also. So the word satyam will decline differently than the word sat. Because satyam is like neuter, it's like palam, or we saw jnanam. Okay, so well, I guess the answer to that is that when we see it in the seventh case, you want to automatically, your mind should think of sati saptam.
Okay. Thank you.
It doesn't come that often, to be honest, but you know, I'll point it out when it does. Actually, in Mundaka Upanishad today, it'll come as well. Remind me, I'll try to point that out. Let me share the other screen. Okay, so let's just quickly, we're going to look at Sarvā. We spent a little bit more time with the exercise than I thought, which is okay, right? We want to be thorough, so that's fine. We're going to just start this today, and then we're going to jump in with this in our next class, okay? So we're just flipping back to our book. Sarvā is, I think, about page 110, somewhere around there in your book, 110. So what we're looking at with Sarvā is ending pronouns, right? A pronoun is something which stands for another noun. We always start with Sarvā. Okay, the funny thing, right? A pronoun is called a Sarvanama. And there's no real connection with what, that's why we start with Sarvā. But a Sarvanama, right? Nama, name for Sarvā, for everything. A name for everything is a pronoun, right? Because I can say a pronoun like that. That is a pronoun which can stand for everything. So that's why we call it a Sarvanama. All of this in the top is not really that important. What we can see is that they want to point out that 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, and 7-1 are different than Ganga. And this 6-3 is going to be different than Ganga. The rest follow the same format as Ganga. Smiley face. Okay? Except for these 5 right here. Now, just like when we saw Sarvā in masculine and neuter, you sometimes get that additional sakara in there, right? Like 6-1 of Sarvā in masculine, Sarvasya, right? We know we know that sakara comes in when we do the Sarvā. Now, just like in masculine or neuter, the sakara will come in here as well. So instead of like Gangayai, we get Sarvasyai. Gangayai, we get Sarvasyai. Instead of Gangayaha, we get Sarvasyaha. And Sarvasyaha. Instead of Gangayam, we get Sarvasyam. So you get that little additional sakara in there. And here, instead of Nam, we get Sam. sarvasam. Okay, so let's chant this together. Sarvā, sarve, sarvaha. Right? Just like Ganga, Gange, Gangaha. Sarvā, sarve, sarvaha. Sarvam, sarve, sarvaha. Sarvaya, sarvabhyam, sarvabhihi. Sarvasyai, sarvabhyam, sarvabhyah. Sarvasyaha, sarvabhyam, sarvabhyah. Sarvasyaha, sarvayoho, sarvasam. Sarvasyam, sarvayoho, sarvasu. He sarve, he sarve, he sarvaha. Okay, let's take there's some other vocabulary like anya, ubha, purva. You see these here? A few things to note. Ubha is only in all the dual click cases. So only this section you'll get for ubha. There's no such thing as a 1-1 ubha shabda. Okay. Eka means one or someone, but when it's in plural, it just means some. So some of the trees. Because there's always that question about how, when one eka is plural, what does it mean? It means some of them. And that's just how the usage was that's just how it was used in the natural language. Let's pick up anya and let's do the declension. Okay, anya. So anya, anye, anyaha. You can say it with me. Anyam, anye, anyaha, anyaya, anyabhyam, anyabhi, anyasyai, anyabhyam, anyabhyah, anyasyaha, anyabhyam, anyabhyah, anyasyaha, anyayoho, anyasam, anyasyam, anyayoho, anyasu. He anye, he anye, he anyaha. There's a question, are eka and ekam related? They are related. So ekam is just the masculine or neuter version, and eka is just the feminine form of the same word. So the homework for today's class is in the workbook. There's Sarvā, so you can fill out the declension for Sarvā. And there's Anya. If you feel comfortable with those, you could cross out Anya and you can write one of the other Pratipadikas, since we did both of them. You could just choose another one and do that. Or if you have time, you do another one. So that's the homework. There's only 2 given spaces in the workbook, but you can always create your own boxes and do that on your own. It doesn't need to look this fancy. Yeah, just the practice is important. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Okay, so let's take a 5-minute break, and I'll be here to take some questions over if you need.
Mahodaya, I have a very